The following portion of Daytime is sponsored by Read and Read Attorneys at Law.
With the 4th of July right around the corner, kids are out of school and there are tons of family-friendly events going on. That includes the Brandon 4th of July Parade. And joining us to share what this event means to his law firm is Ryan Reed, partner at Read and Read. Ryan, welcome. Good to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
You're welcome. So how is your firm involved in the Brandon 4th of July Parade?
Well, the 4th of July Parade's happened, I think, over 60 years. And we've been in our office right there in Brandon for about 6 years at the current location. And we thought to ourselves, how can we ensure that this parade goes off without a hitch this year? Because it hasn't happened in the last 3. And so what do things need to happen in America? Funding. So
Yes.
Becoming the title sponsor was our way to ensure that, the community roundtable had the funds necessary to produce the parade, because they don't just happen in a vacuum. Then you got to pull permits, get with the sheriff's office for safety, barricades, bleachers, tents. I mean, you name it, they do it. And so we wanted to do our part to ensure that it happened.
And not just the parade. I know that being a part of the community generally is a top priority for your firm. Why is that?
Well, we're all born and raised here. My dad and uncles, born right there in Brandon, about 2 miles north of where our office currently sits on Parsons. I was born and raised in Tampa. My wife's a Florida native, although she is South Florida, but we won't hold that against her. She came back up with me after law school when we were setting up the firm. And, being part of the community is what our mission statement is, because there's a lot of businesses in general, law firms specifically, that keep people at arm's length. You hear all the time, I've never talked to my lawyer. I've never met an attorney. And so we have an open door policy. So our clients come in, they meet us, when they call us, they talk to us. But not just with our business, there's local charities that we're involved with, like Echo of Brandon, Metropolitan Ministries, local soccer teams and T-balls we try to, support as well. And so that's definitely just a part of our business, is supporting the local community and being out and about and part of it.
I have so many fond memories of going to a 4th of July parade. Like, there's just something so quintessentially Americana about that. In my hometown in South Florida, don't hold it against me either. What does the 4th of July mean to you?
Well, I think everyone celebrates the 4th of July, but maybe it's because I was English and history major and lawyer. This holiday is probably the most important federal holiday to me, because it was the time when our founders basically risked their lives, because it was considered treason what they did when they signed the Declaration of Independence against the Crown, to say, look, we're not going to be beholden to someone 2,000 miles across the Atlantic. We're going to rule ourselves. And so to me, that was the start of this great American experiment, and I'm passionate about it. And
so you'll be there, I assume, that day?
Oh, yes. We'll be there bright and early. Of course, about, I think, 8 a.m. or so, the people that have their vehicles, or I think it might be a walking parade this year as well, so they all have to get in order before they get sent up the 2-mile trek down through the heart of Brandon, in 95-degree heat and 100% humidity.
It's part of the fun.
Definitely, but we get to see them bright early and when they're not sweaty and tired yet, because it starts right there at our corner.
And that's Parsons and Lumsden, is it?
Yeah, so if you're familiar with Brandon, Parsons, like a lot of the roads do in Hillsborough County, but Parsons turns into John Moore at Lumsden.
Okay.
That's where our office is. That's where everyone lines up, and then it heads north through Brandon.
Ryan, I think it's great that you're supporting this and being such a part of the community. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure. And if you'd like more information on the firm, you can visit needread.com or call the number on your screen, 1-844-NOT-SCARED. That's 1-844-668-7227. Daytime will be right back.
The preceding portion of Daytime was sponsored by Read and Read Attorneys at Law.